Hey everybody, welcome to Tenerife. Currently in Los Cristianos, and in front of us we have the Triumph Bonneville T120. This is the 1200cc machine, and in the past I've had a few Bonnevilles. I've had a couple of Bonnevilles in Qatar when I used to live in Qatar, and they were the 865 air-cooled version. And then I've had one Bonneville 865 air-cooled when I've been in the UK. And they were great. But this T120, wow, it's a different kettle of fish. This really does take you back to the 1960s, where there's absolutely loads of power and loads of torque. It's a wonderful bike, wonderful bike. Yesterday I was at Mount Tidy and went up the switchbacks and round the villages around Mount Tidy, and it was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They're having a great time on the push bikes in this hot weather. But it was absolutely gorgeous around Mount Tidy, and stopped at Papillon, the cafe right up at the top, and had a beautiful hamburger with chips, or fries as they call them, and then rode back through, is it Villaflor, and all the switchbacks there on this machine, sticking around in second and third gear. Everything's absolutely fine. I find that the gearbox is a bit high geared. It's almost as if you can do sort of 60-80 kilometers an hour in first gear, which is probably not true. Morning.
Morning.
They're wondering why I'm talking to myself. I can understand that. So it's a beautiful bike, and if you're thinking about getting one, then I would take it for a good long test ride just to make sure it's the right bike for you. This really does take me back to the times that I imagine in the 1960s, and it's, you know, the suspension's great, the brakes are great, the engine's great, it's got so much torque. It's a lovely machine, and it's not, you know, I'm currently in 30-35 degrees heat here, and the heat off the engine isn't as such that it's burning the inside of your leg. No, that's not the case. It's great. The temperature on the engine is fine. I'm not having any problems riding around in such heat. But, you know, it's a great machine. Would I buy one? Well, you can buy a second-hand one in the UK for probably about £5,000, £6,000. Not sure what the condition of that would be, but it's something that you should consider. A brand new one, I think they're about 12,000, between 10 and 12,000, is it? So you should think about that. And you should think, am I going to be able to keep it for 3 years and get 20,000 miles on it? Not sure, you know. I can see this as a garage queen, and it does 2,000 miles a year, and that then becomes expensive when you come to sell it after 3 years of ownership, having only done, let's say, a total of 6,000 miles. But yeah, it's a beautiful machine, handles beautifully, especially in the switchbacks. And I've had no problems with this. The engine is so lazy. It's beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go for a ride and see what she's like. I'd love to know your comments below. Have you got a T120? What do you think of it? Are you thinking about getting a T120? Put comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll take it from there. Let's go and take her for a ride around Los Cristianos and see what she's like.